That's not what I want to do. That's what's making the annoying sound. Right. Hello, Wrestling Cock. Welcome to the stream. Well, there's always the French people that think it's their lobby to join. Go away. Typical of the French. Let's be real. I just got onto the wrong app. You gotta love a bit of alcoholism between. You gotta love the alcoholism between Tim and. Yeah. I'm trying to find. Right, there we go. Will it load up the chat? Can you not check? Is the thumbnail on? Thumbnail is up. Thank you, Tim. Who else do we need? We need two more, I think. I'll check in a minute. I just need... Let me get the social media post on because I'm a lazy shit. We need Devil. Hayden's here, so it's Devil. I know. Can someone message Devil in the Discord for me? Yeah, car dude. Lego, you joining? Go away. Not your lobby. Not your lobby. A load of people are just joining. Go away. Like, they see it's a full lobby and they're like, oh, it's clearly open to anyone. I may have accidentally just kicked someone that doesn't need to be kicked. What's the difficulties, Kongan? So if you can quickly sort it. Oh, let's not do that. Restart your PlayStation or your internet, you've still got time. If I was you, I'd restart your internet router. We'll wait for you. Right, anyway. Hello, Marcus Sir. So anyway, welcome. We are into the second half of the season now here. You've done both. That's annoying, man. We'll keep trying, and because we've still got a bit of time left. Let's. You sure, man? Well, we may actually start on time for once. But anyway, hello, welcome everyone. For the second half of the season for Div 1. There we go, we're at the Nurburgring. So far, fastest lap seems to be LR Case. Case. It's not LR Case anymore, it's ART Casey. Came Brian as well. So that's interesting. So Devil's not set a lap yet. Devil's so far in the championship. We're at the halfway stage, but Devil's got a massive lead. It's like over 30 points. He's got 2 races. He may be able to secure the title. Now let's actually quickly work it out. Let's work it out, but so far, Devil may be able to secure the season, or secure the title, if he wins today. Right, so the gap between him and... Right, we're gonna have to whip out the calculator here, but so far, this is a tricky one to call. He's got a 27-point lead. I don't think he can get it today. I don't think he can secure it today. But a win will practically guarantee it. So Devil's pretty much already got the title secured. He's got 3 wins and a third. Devil's looking quick today as well. We've already got a dislike. That's mean. But Hayden, he almost won last week. Last week's race was really close. Like very close. Just make sure everyone's ready. But yeah, last week's race was what, 33 thousandths in it at the end? So, it's going to be close. I mean, the battle for the midfield is tight. JD's catching up, JD Shadam is catching up to Dana Rod in the battle for second. Hello, Olivia. Oh, hello, Oliver Huber. So Dana Rod needs a good performance today, or JD could actually overtake him. So let's get qualifying started. Hopefully we have no problems. If we'll see. My predictions for qualifying, I don't know. I mean, from what everyone's been saying, JM Devil has been saying 53 flats. So I've got to say, I think the front row. Don't spaz. Oh yes, it's got to be the first one. Well, came out Brian first out of the pits. Then my predictions for qualifying. You've got to put your money on Devil. He had a terrible race last week, but in the way things have been going in practice, Devil's been on it. It seems like we're back to the old Devil. 53 flats are very good, but so is Devil. Hayden, he's not got much confidence in his pace. Ruben, wherever he is, Ruben won last time out. It was very close. Ruben, Ruben said he's been very busy this week, so I don't believe he's had any practice, so that's going to be interesting. JD, he's not had much confidence. He's further back. Phil DeFile, he's been setting some solid pace. Phil's looking like he could scrape some points this week. I mean, we say this every week. I would love for Phil to get some points, and it would be amazing, because he's consistent. He's at every race, so let's hope for the best. So Phil does lead. Who's at the front? Right, sort everything out. So NDC Barracuda. That is Hayden. So Barracuda, you'll recognise the NDC name. Gaston won the Div 2 race yesterday. Phil's livery is quite nice. So Hayden will be the first to set the lap. I don't think anyone's going to really catch him for a qualifying lap. So he'll be, unless he makes a mistake, he's going to be the first to set a lap. He's going to be the first to start a lap. Cam O'Brien will be next. He is someone who's apparently can chance for a podium. He came very close in Bathurst. Like, Brian was looking like in round 2 he was going to take a podium, and then he had a run-in with Dino Rod and Tim, and that ruined his chances. Don't know how Tim's been doing, but I think Dino Rod, he's got a chance to challenge for the front row of the grid, and the ART boys see Casey just in front of him. Casey, or just behind him, sorry, Casey thinks he's got some solid pace this weekend. So that's also someone that can do quite well, as Dino Rod gets very shaky on the exit of turn 1 into the Mercedes arena. 2 very nice liveries, one orange rear wing and one blue rear wing, it seems, on the ART boys. So far, as he comes through, let's actually load up a track map, because yesterday we was calling for a lot of the corners weird names. If Wikipedia will be nice. I just want to know the corner names, because I'm not being asked. I can't be asked to count, because I'm lazy. Here we are. So, as we come to what we nicknamed the Gunter Steiner Curve. We don't know why, we just called it Gunter Steiner Curve, but that's actually turn 8. So this is actually... This is one of the best overtaking spots. There's quite a few overtaking spots in this track for Nurburgring. As Barracuda comes up to the final chicane, he's got a fair bit of lead. He's pulled away from Cam O'Brien. So he says he doesn't. I spoke to him yesterday. He doesn't believe he's got some pace, but this is showing that he might have something up his sleeve. But good overtaking spots into turn 1, into the final chicane, down at the Ford hairpin if you're close enough. If you have a good run through Schumacher S up towards turn 8. That's right, but across the line, it's a 1:55.1 is the benchmark time to be. Ken O'Brien, a 1:55.8 is his lap. Tucking into the slipstream, Dynamo across the line, a 1:55.4. That puts him into second. Terrible Tim, what can he do? He's off the pace a bit, a 57 flat. JM Devil, he's currently purple, it's a 54.8, puts him onto provisional pole. Casey, he's into the pit, so I wonder what he's doing. JD Shadine, what can he set? Across the line, a 56 flat, so that puts him into 5th. Santos, he's looking for a better weekend than what he did last week, a 56 flat as well. So, who else is left? SUV Ruben, he started behind everyone else, so he took it a very slow outlap, it seems. Just trying to save his tyres as much as he can. Phil Far, that puts himself into 8th, and he's last in the ones that set a time. So, podium's always hard to predict around here. Devil, he's a good second. He's like 2 seconds off what we've been hearing. Apparently he's been doing 53 flats. This is a big gap, a 55.1. It's 2 seconds faster than what we've seen in Div 2 yesterday, but there was some big ping issues, which we're glad to fix now. He's 74 thousandths down. He needs to find 3 tenths, or 3.5 tenths, if he wants to put himself onto provisional pole. Dino Rod, he's currently, well, nearly breaking even on his time. Came up Ryan, he's really wanting to find a podium. He's got to find a second to put himself onto pole. And I'm sure a second's possible, as he collapses the curves over the final chicane. He gets very shaky around the final turn. That could be a penalty. No, right, he pits. That's a smart idea. Barracuda also pits. JM Devil, is he going to pit? You're seeing everyone diving into the pits. I think Dynard may be improving, so no, Dynard pits as well. JM Devil, he's gonna go for SVV Ruben onto provisional pole, a 54 flat. That's a brilliant lap time, didn't even notice. Devil, he thinks he can improve as he comes across the line. He improves, but not by much. He closes the gap down towards SVV Ruben, but it's not about the gap, it's about where, well, he's got the fastest time, a 54.4. That's alright, but it's going to be a major disadvantage now, as what everyone's doing is they're pitting, taking fresh rubber. Looking at the lap times, JM Devil won't be able to pit and get this will be his. It will get 2 more laps in, but they'll be on used rubber. What everyone's doing is they've set a fast lap, then they've come into the pits, they take fresh tyres, and they don't take fuel. That's a standard thing that people do, because it's fresh rubber and a lighter car. But what Devil's done here, he saw he can improve, and it didn't improve him by... It improved him, but he didn't gain a position, so now... Thinking if he's got about a minute left, he may get... No, I don't think he will make it. We'll have to see when he comes across the line, where he may not have a chance. He can pit, but he may not have a chance for another lap if he pits. So that puts him at a big disadvantage. He's 4 tenths down. So Devil, he may have butchered his qualifying here, and he may not get pole. I don't think Ruben will have time to pit either. Looking at where he is, it's gonna have to be a quick. It's gonna have to be a quick pit stop from the Lexus boys there over at SVV. Well, the SVV guys. They were good last week in the pit stops. JM Devil... Oh. That's unfortunate. JM Devil realised he wouldn't have time to get out and said he wasn't going to make it to the pit, so he hopped back to the lobby. But the downside to that is it resets his fuel. So the big benefit is you have less fuel, so your car's lighter, so it's quicker. But Devil, his car's been fully refueled. Will Ruben be out in time with this? Let's watch it. So, he's going to cut it short. I don't think he will. With the extended pit stop times in the new update, it's going to be unfortunate for him. So JM Devil, he's going to have another chance at a lap, but it's unlikely with the fuel in his car. Next person that can ready challenge, he's got to find a second, but you never know with NDC Barracuda. He's got to find second. Casey, he puts himself into 4th with a 55-2. He's looking for his maiden podium in the series, and he's not far off. Well, he's not far off Barracuda, and he's got a nice little bit of slipstream. Ruben lets him out. Ruben won't be able to set another lap. Santos, he's quite far back, but it's so close between everyone here. Let's look. Well, between Barracuda, there's some nice little gaps here. I mean, if Santos can find 6 thousandths, that will put him into 7th. It's a place improvement. It's not much, but it's still an improvement. SUV Ruben currently on provisional pole. There's a lot of people who are on their final laps. JM Devil, he will come to. He's got the final chicane. If I can speak, 3 more corners to negotiate, and then he will be able to start his final flying lap. He's gonna have to have a lap of the gods if he wants to challenge for the pole, as he's lacking the fuel, or he's bulking on the fuel, as I should say. He's got too much in. Dynarod, he needs to find a 10th.5 to beat his teammate. It'll be the first time I believe the ART boy, no, in Suzuka Dynarod pipped Casey pipped Dynarod, but that's before they were teammates. Dynarod's out-qualified him in the 3 races. They have been teammates, I believe. And no, they've only been teammates at Spa. NDC Barracuda, he's going to be the first to set a lap time. As he comes through the final chicane, it's a big overtaking spot here in the race if you can send it, right? So let's find out. For the final turn, he needs a really good exit here. He's going to be pushing it. He is one of the best we've ever seen. Let's see. Maximising all the curb, down to the line, flat out, keeping it straight as possible. 5 seconds ago, will he have another chance at a lap? He will. And he improves, but not by much. But it does increase the gap that Casey's got to find. Next across the line, Casey pits, so he won't be improving. Dynarod, he improves and pits Casey. That's a poor move by Casey. KM O'Brien. Well, Santos improves, that puts him ahead of... Tim improves as well, but Tim's down in 9th. Phil's a long way off to pay. Santos pips himself above JD Shadime. JD Shadime across the line, what's it going to be? He puts himself into 6th, so that's a massive improvement, but it's pole for SVV. SVV Ruben puts it on pole. JM Devil, he kind of... Well, JM Devil, he's currently gone purple. So I'll say SVV's put himself on pole. Devil's currently up. We said he's going to need a lap of the gods here, and may have spoke too soon. I may have jinxed Ruben a bit here, but he's got all this fuel up the hill. This can slow him down. He's going to have a lot more push. It's easier to get up that hill with the lighter car. He's got one more turn to negotiate then. Will it be a 4th pole for JM Devil, or will Ruben get his 1st pole position around the final turn? Phil improves, but not by much. Across the line, it's Devil on pole by 35 thousandths. He has absolutely stolen that from SVV Ruben. Well, Casey is going to be kicking himself that he pitted and didn't go for the lap. As Dynard was able to pip him at the line to take 4th, and he will be on the 2nd row of the grid, looking to close down the gap to JM Devil. But what a lap by Devil, full fuel, and he still is able to put it on pole. Quick confirmation of the results then. JM Devil on pole. It was a close one again. It was close last week. It's close this week. Qualifying never seems to amaze here at GTEL. So then, the grid order for round 5 at the GTEL Division 1 Championship. JM Devil gets his 4th pole of the season, followed by SVV Ruben in his 2nd race, followed by Hayden or Barracuda. And then Darnard, he's going to be happy with that qualifying performance. Casey's looking for his maiden pole, and JD's looking to close the gap to 2nd place Darnard in the championships. But down in 6th, he's got a long way to go, but he can do it. Kayam O'Brien, he's not going to be happy with that, and neither is Santos, as they've both been looking promising in practice. So let's see, as they come around the final corner, who's going to have it? Lights are out, away they go then. They're going to be tucking into the slipstream, getting a bit of a snake train going on. See Terrible Tim closing around the final corner, and so is, I think that was Phil the File. So, JM Devil, Ruben, Barracuda, they all lead down towards turn 1. Casey looking for an early move onto Donald, and Casey with the slipstream. He gets himself into 4th prematurely. Or 3rd, sorry, so someone's had a bit of a mistake further back. As they're going free ride into the Mercedes arena. Casey's the inside line and puts himself on the podium positions, but Barracuda's going to be trying to fight back there. Casey, he's into 3rd, but the inside line for NDC Barracuda, he has it, and he's got that move done. Again, that was brilliant defending, but Casey, he gets very wide on exit. JD Shadam's looking further back to make a move. Casey's brilliant start down the inside of his teammate and through on Barracuda. Not through on his teammate, further back it's getting very chaotic as Santos pushes his way through his teammate, I believe that is. He pushes through and he's looking for a move on JD Shadine. That was very hectic at the back. But Casey, he's looking racy. He wants this. He wants this maiden podium, and he's got to stick to the back of Hayden's car like glue as they come through the Schumacher S's. And then down towards turn 8 and 9. It's a brilliant overtaking spot for here. Is Casey going to be close enough? Not quite. SVV Ruben. Oh, JM Devil's already pulled a bit of a lead away. Casey, he's sticking to the back of that bumper like glue. As JD Shadam looking to go on the outside, is going to go free ride. Santos is up in a penalty. JD Shadam round the outside, it looks, of Dynard. And they're full right down the back straight. This is not NASCAR, this is racing. This is lap 1, they're already getting racy. Dynard is going to protect the inside line. Came up, Brian tries to find a move. JD Shadam has the okay. Or has the inside line. Dynard protects it so far. So after the first lap then, JM Devil leads from SVV Ruben, followed by NDC Barracuda, who's got a 1-second penalty. That penalty's cost him a win last time. Casey's not close enough to look for a move into turn 1. Barracuda was very good at getting rid of his penalties at Spa. Let's see what we can do, but further back this midfield battle, Dynarod seems to pull a bit of a gap away, but Santos has now got himself in 6th. He's charging through the field. JD Shadam has dropped down to 8th. This is a brilliant battle for the final point. Santos goes very wide. JD Shadam looking for a move inside turn 4. He is not close enough. Or turn 3, sorry, I think that is. Yes, my bad. Came on Brian, they all go very wide, but he's got the move done. And Terrible Tim's hoping that this battle can sort each other down and they can get themselves into it. I'll put the front. 1.4 seconds is a gap between JM Devil and Ruben. Casey, he's still there on Barracuda. That is a... Casey, he wants this. Now, there's some talk of some drivers doing one-stops as well. This with the new pit update to the game, this race could very much be won and decided in the pits for positions. Further back, Santos is starting to calm down a bit there as Brian goes slightly wide through the Schumacher S. Is he eyeing up a move? No, but JD Shadam might be. He's not close enough. No, this is JD Shadam's home race. What a feat it would be if JM Devil could win his home race as well, but JD Shadam wants some solid points here. He doesn't want Dynarod to pull away. But back to the battle of 3rd, I think Casey may have made a mistake as he's fallen off a bit as Barracuda takes a fair bit of penalty, and they've got a bit of a slipstream train going here, as everyone's within about a second of each other. But taking that penalty is really... Ruben's falling right off the back of Devil. He can't seem to keep up. Now, qualifying was close, but Devil's just starting to find a rhythm here. I mean, actually, that might be a good... This is a good point here. Look at the fuel already. Coming up to the 5-minute mark, JM Devil, he's already spent about 5 minutes, so he's looking like he could be stuck to a free stop. Casey, he's got through Barracuda. Barracuda's going to have the inside line into turn 2. Is he going to try and defend it? He is. This is a repeat of lap 1. This is very clean racing, leaving each other space. Dynarod seems to be getting in on this as well. He's got a bit of a penalty. Dynarod, if he can get close enough, he can try and get into the battle with his teammate for the battle for third. Well, this is going to be a nice little run down towards the Ford curve. He's not going to be close enough to maybe look for a Hail Mary move, but Casey's a clean driver. He's not going to want to murder him. He wants to keep them both themselves into the race. He's had a bad habit of when he's been in a chance for a podium spinning. He does not want that to happen. He's tucked into the slipstream of Barracuda, down towards the Dunlop hairpin. He's not close enough, gets right to the back of the bumper, but Dynar's looking for a move as he tries to find Zoe into fourth for his teammate. No team orders there at Apex Racing. JM Devil at the front, he's pulling away. As SVV Rubens fuel saving a lot. Everyone seems to be fuel saving a bit here. Dynarod, he's lost out on fuel a bit. And Barracuda, he's really struggling to fuel save as he's not got the slipstream. This is really benefiting from Casey, as Casey could potentially... What tyres is Casey on? He's on the softs. So I think he may be free stopping. No, yeah, 2-stopping. But Dynarod, he's right onto the back of his teammate. He's got that penalty, so he's going to be ghosted a bit here. He's going to look for a move onto his teammate. He's going to be close enough as to go into the braking zone. He doesn't pull out. He's just going to serve a bit of that penalty. It was a massive slipstream train all the way down to about 8th. This is impressive. Dynarod pushes Casey a bit here, maybe trying to force him into a stake with a bit of a bump draft. Not going to happen. Maybe these two can work together as teammates, bump draft down the straight and try and close the gap down towards the guys ahead. Whoa, let's see. I don't think so. Dynarod's a racy guy. He's going to want to get this move on as he pulls down to the left. He baits it. Dummy seat doesn't go for it. He's going to just serve a bit of the penalty. Further back came O'Brien. He's going to look for a move. He's not close enough. And well, everyone so far keeping it relatively clean. Excuse me. This is interesting. Terrible Tim. He's seemingly got no pace, and well, Phil does promise of first points for him, but it's unlikely it's going to happen now. Ruben's starting to put his foot down compared to Devil, and they're burning a bit more fuel, it seems. Yes, I think Ruben's now going to try and close that gap down, which isn't the best idea. And Casey and his teammate fighting Dynarod, that's not the best idea, as everyone's snaking through Ford Curve. Well... was that a move around the outside? Someone attempted it. Up at the front then, the gap has closed down. I think Ruben's pushing a bit more. I think he realises he may not be able to take the fuel. If you can save enough fuel to last you 30 minutes, you can one-stop. That is standard stuff. It'll be the first time I've actually seen this. On the run down to turn 8 then. Is Dynarod going to be close enough for a move on his teammate? No. Dynarod doesn't really want to murder his teammate. That might be some... there'll be some complaints in the team, and there'll be some words over at ART. Barracuda's foot pulling away, and Casey's now out of slipstream range, so maybe Dynarod, if he wants, he can look for a move into the final chicane. Let's find out. He's going to be close enough as they come around turn 10 into slipstream towards the final chicane. He's not going to be close enough, but down at the back, SVV Cayman O'Brien's going to look for a move onto Santos. He doesn't quite get it done. Santos is the inside line for the second part of the chicane, but Brian, he looked for a move prematurely then into the final turn, but Santos has now allowed him to pull away, and JD Shadaim, he's right onto the back of KM O'Brien as they're looking. They might go free right here as it's a mess at the back. There's 4 cars straggling. As who's where? Who's on what? As they're looking to go free wide. JD Shadaim, he's trying to get 2 in 1 corner. He gets Santos. Santos going to have the inside line. He'll take the position back and he holds 6th place. That's impressive defending, but KM O'Brien's lost a place there to JD Shadaim. Brilliant move by JD Shadaim. He's got the inside line as Santos goes very wide, but he's just brings it back onto the track into turn 3. KM O'Brien, he's going to be gutted. He's lost a place then. He's going to be stuck with 1 point left. Dynarod's got past Casey for 4th. He's still got that 1 second slowdown penalty. Maybe there's a bit of team orders going on between them. Dino or Casey knows, but Dino's seemingly a bit quicker. He's right on the bumper, maybe they can work together to push forward. Let's find out. They do need to close this gap down whilst fuel saving, but maybe Casey is just tucking back. He's got a lot of fuel at the front. Devil, as we approach the 10-minute mark, he just got above 10 minutes of fuel. Ruben, he's only got just about 6 minutes of fuel spent in 9 minutes, so he's currently doing very good. Barracuda, he's really putting the foot down now trying to close the gap. He's not fuel saving at all, and his tyres are looking a bit worse for wear than everyone else's. Dino, he's got a bit less he's looking about average here. He's doing alright on tyres and fuel. His teammate Casey, I spoke to him, his tyres are not going to last him. Maybe if he took mediums to one stop could be possible. Is the way he's saving fuel, it is possible that he could take the fuel 30 minutes. The way it does seem like he's fuel saving. But JD Shadine further back, he's looking for a move on to Santos. He tries to get himself into fifth. He has a 2.5 second slowdown penalty, so maybe he's just going to serve a bit of that. As Dino is starting to bridge a bit of a gap to Casey, so Casey really is fuel saving, but it's his tyres he needs to really worry about. If he did start on mediums, then let's see if they're not actually on mediums. No one's on mediums as Phil's gone wide there. If someone was on mediums, we could be seeing a one stop. JD Sham, he pulls to the right hand side. He's going to have the inside line into the little kink towards turn 1. Who's going to brake latest? Let's find out. JD Sham seems to have that move done. As he does, Santos is going to have to try and defend around the outside, and Cameron Bronze is going to try and get himself into this. Is he going to be close enough towards turn 3? Santos is going to look for a move around turn 3, but it goes very wide. Cameron O'Brien, he's going to look to try and get himself into this as well. He's not going to be close enough, and getting very shaky. He goes a bit deep as he tries to lunge it into Santos. Santos, is he going to have the inside line to try and fight back onto JD Shadram as Casey takes a very wide line? Well, this is brilliant at the back, and this is for 4 points. Every point counts in the season to try and avoid that spot in playoffs, as Santos catches JD Shadam there, and a lot of people are seeming to get penalties, and we've got a bit of a train of about 5. And Casey, well, if he's struggling to keep up with Dino, he might want to try and defend from JD here, because if JD seemingly magically got a sudden turn of pace, that's not good, because if he can catch up to Dynarod, that's not good for the championship standings for Dynarod, as JD Shadam's only 6 points behind him. Down towards turn 8, he's going to try and go around the outside line. Is JD Shadam going to launch into it? No, he's got close enough. Smart racing by JD Shadam. He's going to be close enough into turn 9 though. He thinks about it, not quite. Santos and Cameron O'Brien seem to fall off the back a bit of the guy's hiss. Cameron O'Brien seems to have got a massive mistake, as he's fallen right back off as they all run down towards the final chicane to turn 11, I think it is. Not close enough. Is JD Shadam going to go look for a move into the final corner? Casey pits. So what is Casey thinking here then? He pits with 10 minutes ago. This is an interesting strategy. Let's see what he comes up with. The gap's closed down between Ruben and JM Devil only by a couple of tenths, and the gap between Barracuda and Ruben is falling down. Ruben's saving a lot of fuel here as well. He was really good at this last time. And if he can just get his fuel right this time, instead of last time where he did kind of bottle it a bit on the fuel, it'll be interesting. Is JD Shadam going to be able to close the gap to his championship rival Dynarod? They both have some penalties. Dynarod's just got the lesser of them. Cam O'Brien, he's fallen off the back a bit. He doesn't take that extremely wide line out of turn 4, which a lot of drivers do, which is allowed. It is possible. It's within the track limits. JM Devil, he's under half fuel, but he's still around about the 20-minute mark. So he's on track for a 2-stop, which is standard stuff, which is good. But SVV Ruben, if he feels confident that he can take these softs another 12 minutes, which if you look at them, these could go 30 minutes. Well, actually, it's a bit longer, but if Ruben can manage the tyres and fuel, it isn't looking too bad. Ruben may be able to one-stop, and if he's not too confident that the softs will last, he could probably then just go and switch on to mediums at the second stop. Because by the looks of what Ruben's doing, he's closing down the gap, and the tyres are going to be very worse for wear at the end of it. But it'll be interesting to see how his strategy compares to Devil, because so far his tyres, if you just double it, that is going to be bad. but it's not terrible. And Ruben also currently has fastest lap, so he's got the point for that. The gap is not closing down, but is Dino closing the gap to Barracuda ahead? I don't know, but let's actually check in on Casey. Where's he? He's come out on softs. So Casey's switching up his strategy. Is Casey going for a free stop here? If he's going for a free stop, why did he take so much fuel? Because he's just gone on to fresh softs, which is interesting. Because a free stop, with the increased pit stop timer, it's a big gamble, but you take a lot less fuel. The way, if you can fuel save, or the way the fuel's going, you can literally last 2 stops on fuel, so you can just take tyres on 1 stop. But we'll never know. But the battle's really, look at Devil's tyres. Devil's definitely going to be pitting within the next 5 minutes or so if he can take his tyres. But Ruben, he could get a big gap here if he can actually nail the pits. If he can nail how he does this, say when it comes to his tyres, this could be a big win for Ruben, and it'll be a really impressive win. Barracuda is really falling off the back now of Dynarod's falling off the back of Barracuda, but Barracuda's not seemingly able to catch Ruben, as he's burning a fair bit more fuel as well. But JD Shadam, look at his tyres. We're at the halfway stage. If JD Shadam, he is closing that gap down to Dynarod, he's taking a second out of him this lap. JD Shadam, what he could do, and this would actually be genius, if he could save his fuel a bit more. He's really on edge. But JD Shadam could 1-stop here. His softs are perfect. Look at that. His softs look brand new. His softs look brand new. Alright. JD Shadam very much can take a 1-stop, but he's taking a lot of curb there, which is probably costing him. If he just fuel saves for a lap, he could really be on target to manage a 1-stop as Dynarod pits, so maybe the ART boards are thinking of a free stop. So we're seeing some weird pit strategies here. We're going, since the new update, we're seeing some abnormal strategies, and we're interesting to see if it continues. Kmart Brian and Tim also follow them in. So JD Shadam has got himself into 4th. So I think the big people to watch out for, especially in the pits, would be Ruben, as looking at the way his tyres are, he's really on fuel. He's on target for a 1-stop, but maybe softs weren't the best option. If you're going to 1-stop, you can cut it really short. He's going to be cut really tight, in my opinion, because he's going to have to do a bit of tyre saving. But the big one to watch, in my opinion, JD Shadam, yes, he's got a 2.5-second slowdown penalty, but that can actually be used to fuel save a bit. But JD Shadam, he isn't seemingly slowing down. Because he could, if he lifts off into the turns, yes, he's losing time to the guys ahead, but if you're trying to 1-stop, you're not wanting to push. You're wanting to gain the time in the pits. So maybe a lift off, say, into the first turn and the final chicane, that could be very beneficial with a quick lift off and stuff to saving some fuel. Because if he's going to cut it really close. Now, let's think. Let's quickly do some math here. If my brain will work. You want around about 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes before that final bar. So he's wanting to get around about... He needs to save about 5 minutes of fuel. He needs to save a couple minutes of fuel. As we said, at NDC Barracuda, he's coming into the pit. So JD Shadam, I think, will put himself into 3rd, sorry. As JM Devil, he's not got long left. He's probably going to be doing a 2-stop. But SVV Ruben, his fuel is looking fine. His fuel is looking amazing, and he could probably push a bit more, and his tyres are a lot better than JM Devil's. JM Devil could get a massive undercut on him in the first bit, but because they're on different strategies, that might be a big thing, as Barracuda's going to come out in traffic as well. He's got to deal with Santos, who's on very warm rubber, so it'll be easy to catch and pass him. He's got to find 9 seconds as Santos goes very wide. Santos is a fair driver, he'll let him through. But say if he catches him through the Mercedes arena, which is the bit he's just come through there, poor tyre wear, could be interesting. Barracuda, he's taking a lot less fuel, so Be interesting to see what strategy he goes for. Maybe he's probably going for a free stop as well. I'm going for a really late stop with about 5 minutes to go. Dynarod, he's come out onto mediums but not fueled much. So what's Dynarod planning? Because he's definitely not taking a full tank of fuel. Is he trying... In fact, maybe Dynarod's flattening it out and trying to get to the 30-minute mark. But then again, if he was doing that, he would take soft. So I can't really tell what Dynarod's doing. Phil's got himself into 7th as his tyres are looking quite bad, but his fuel so far is alright. Up ahead, it's a half a second slowdown for JM Devil. That chicane, need to keep in the track limits. That's probably one of the bigger ones. A lot of the chicane S sections here, big places to get some penalties. But as we say that, Ruben comes into the pits. So Ruben wasn't flying it out, but was Ruben maybe thinking of doing what happened last time at Spa and just having less fuel? Just, if he has to refuel less, that's a big win. So he could be going for a 2-stop as well, as we are about the 20-minute mark, which is where the standard pit window would be, as JD Shadim's now got himself into 2nd. So anyone that's really looking to 1-stop now is JD Shadim. But does his... I'm questioning if he can manage the fuel. Tyres, definitely. Tyres 100% he can manage it. But on the fuel, he has to save a bit. And if he is 1-stopping it, he has to slow down a bit. He has to do a bit of fuel saving, which won't be bad because the time he will gain in the pits by only doing one less stop to everyone else will be a big win. SVV Ruben, he's gone out ahead of Barracuda. He's got an 8-second gap, so he's extremely underfueled. He's trying to, I think he's calculated. Last time he did this, he had to fuel save a bit and almost ran out of. I don't think he's going to try and go for the same thing that happened at Spa and like try and push it another lap, which almost cost him the race as he nearly ran out of fuel on the 2nd stint. But he's trying to do what he did in Spa, which was the fuel on the Lexus goes for a long time. So if he's able to get it in, he's taking a good 10 seconds less fuel than Devil, compared to Devil, who he's going to be pitting this lap, and I think Ruben might jump him. I honestly believe Ruben's probably going to jump him, because Ruben's also undercut him as well. Devil's tyres compared to Ruben's are terrible. So it's likely Ruben's A, undercut him, and B, with the underfuel, he's going to get along. He's going to go a long way. JG Stamm, he's going to come through the final turn. Ruben, he's... Oh, I don't know. The way JD Shadim's going, he's going to have to take a fuel tank. JD Shadim pits, so JD Shadim, he's not going to go for the 1-stop. He doesn't think he can make it, but again, he's going to take a lot less fuel. He's probably going to do similar to what Ruben's done. So, SVV Ruben takes the lead of the race, then as he comes across the line, what kind of gaps is he going to have? Let's see. JM Devil, he's going to have to refuel the whole way. SVV Ruben's through. And I think Barracuda's also going to go through. We're going to have to watch this. JM Devil's just been released ahead of Barracuda, I think. Where's Barracuda on the straight? He might get him into turn 1 and he does. Oh, Barracuda! Barracuda's undercut his teammate here, and JM Devil, he gets rid of the rest of his penalty. But this has worked out poorly for JM Devil. JD Shadim, he comes out in 6th. Whereabouts, though? He's not a long way off, but he's a fair bit off Casey. Casey's, the world of strategy, which was predicted, has gone a tits up, and yes, a 10-second gap for SVV Ruben. As these are the flying out lap compared to Devil, and Devil's now got it all to do, as Ruben's able to take half a tank near enough, and Devil has to refuel, because that Beetle gobbles up fuel, and Barracuda kindly lets his teammate through. I think he knows he's the faster guy. I don't think he wants to hold him up. They're on seemingly different strategies. And Ruben, so far, he's had a worldie and he's pulling away, so maybe Ruben's burnt a lot of fuel, so Ruben's going flat out. But that's not good. He needs to take those bars 10-ish minutes. Those bars need to go around about 7 minutes each. So he still will have to fuel save a bit. What Ruben did last time is he got too confident as he sets the purple sector. He got too confident and then started pushing. He got the lead. He didn't want to fuel save. He didn't want to let them burn their rubber a bit. Because the way he's going so far, I don't know. What do I think of the race? The race so far is probably one of the best one we've had yet. This race has been amazing. Lap 1 was incredible. I didn't think you could top lap 1 Bathurst and lap 1 Brands Hatch, but it's been done. Lap 1 here has been insane as Ruben comes across the line. Fastest lap of the race, not by much, but it's still faster. Ruben needs to fuel save as he just hits that. Yeah, so he needs to last. These bars need to last him 7 minutes. If they're not, the strategy has blown and he's taken 2 less fuel. Ruben, what he seems to do is he seems to gamble on the fuels. Like, oh, can I get his? He tries to get as close as he can, as little as he can. But he always seems to underfuel on the second stint, which is quite costly. He's gaining time, and he doesn't need to worry about the time that he's losing. Dynarod. He's got a 2.5 second penalty, so his chances of a podium have gone. And Casey's, he's falling right back. I don't know what sort of strategy he's going. Is his softs, he's really on edge, but his softs are losing a lot of time. His softs are already spent. Remember, he's pitted 15 minutes ago. He was the first one to pit at 10 minutes into the race. So I don't know what he's really planning. Maybe he's planning a 2-stop and he pits in, let's say, yeah, he pits in 5 minutes and tries to take the mediums all the way to the end. SVV Ruben. I'm worried. This would be a genius idea. He's got the time. He's got such a time gap. He can fuel save. Devil is pulling away from his teammate. Barracuda did. I think that was team orders. They did let Barracuda did let Devil through. We didn't see that last week. They was getting very argy-bargy. Last week they were really fighting for it, and it didn't work out. Ruben. I think Ruben does need to slow down a bit here. He has time. He can fuel save. Play it safe. Don't be too aggressive. The team needs to be on the radio at SVV. They need to be saying, slow down, you've got this. Because so far, it's quite comfortable. And he does lose a bit of time there, I think, through the final chicane. So he probably, maybe there was a bit of a hint of a lift. Maybe he's fuel saving a bit, but not in a lower fuel mode. So, we don't know. It's turn 1. We'll see if the time drops again. That's a good sign that he is fuel saving. But again, he's going to be cutting it very, very tight. Actually, it's about 8 minutes, so I think maybe it's about 8 minutes of fuel he needs. I think I got the math wrong there, so I think it's 8 minutes. If it was at 8-9 minutes a bar, so he's really going to have to fuel save here. Dynarod, he's got a 7-second gap to his teammate, and JD Shadime. He's catching Casey, but he's really struggling to get rid of that penalty. He took full fuel, I think, as well, so I don't know what he's doing. JD Schleim is the only person that probably could have one-stopped, and maybe there was some big gains he could have got out of that, but I was really excited. I was hoping someone would go for the one-stop, but alas, no one did. KML, Brian and Santos in the battle for the final point. They are really getting their elbows out here as they go through Ford Curve. Santos gets a bit of penalty off. They both got blue cards. They're not teammates though. They are the exact same shade of blue. Santos talks right into the slipstream. He's going to look for a move into the Dunlop, or into the Dunlop curve. Keep calling it the Dunlop hairpin because it is a hairpin. But Dunlop hairpin's over at Suzuka. The gap at the front is staying at around about 10 seconds. Ruben is going to need to fuel save a bit here. Looking at the way it's going, I don't know. Those bars, if they last about 10 minutes, he might cut it very close. It's going to be very close. As you see, going around the final turn there, Jam Devil, he looks like he's on a PB lap as he does come across the line. It is a personal best. 2/10 behind the fastest lap. Barracuda, he comes across the line. A 56 flat on his last lap. And a 56.5. Donald loses half a second to Barracuda on that last lap. Casey, that gap's extending, and JD Shadam, he's tucked right into the slipstream, he's right onto the back of him. Is he going to pull up? He does. He pulls to the left-hand side. He's going to have the inside line as curve into turn 1. Down the inside. He's going to have the tight line. He's going to have the better exit, I believe. As JD Shadam goes very wide, but he's going to have the inside line as turn 2. JD Shadam looks to have the move done for 5th. And he will, but Casey's still going to try and fight it. Is he going to go for a comeback move into turn 3? He seems to. He goes for the inside line. JD Shadam leads him to space. Casey tries to go around it, but JD Shadam defends around the inside line. And into turn 4 is going to be the inside line as well. That was a brilliant move by JD Shadam. absolutely amazing, but Casey's not going to give it up as he tries to go side by side. He's going to try and go around the outside into turn 5, maybe. No, he thinks better of it. No, he doesn't. Casey doesn't think better of it. Around the outside of JD Shadime into turn 5. That's insane. That's not an overtaking spot, Casey. JD Shadime is going to try and go back for the move. This is a brilliant battle, but Casey's going to have the inside line into the Dunlop curve. JD Shadime defending around the outside. This is for 5th place. He's done it. JD Shadime elbows out. Brilliant, clean racing from the pair of them. Casey tried to fight right. That's not an overtaking spot there at turn 5. That turn is definitely not flat. But Casey gives no shits. Casey a savage. That was brilliant by ART Casey. But JD Shadime, that was brilliant racing by the pair of them. JD Shadime comes out on top, but that move has to be one of the moves of the season, in my opinion. So, this is really hotting up. This race has been absolutely amazing as Barracuda pits and Dynarod pits onto his mediums. This is what I want to see. Dynarod's out of fuel at the 30-minute mark, but why did he take mediums? Because wouldn't it have been better if Dynarod took softs? I believe it would have been better if Dynarod took softs, in my opinion. Because then he would have been quicker on track, so I don't know what Dynarod's done with that. SVV Ruben, looks like his fuel saving is working out. He can't really go Hail Mary now flat out. He still has to fuel save in that gap. JM Devil, he's fuel saving as well. He knows the mistake that was caused last time by going flat out. But he's around about 10-minute mark anyway. So I think he may be doing a bit of fuel saving so he doesn't get completely jumped. But so far SVV Ruben, it's working out well for him. And it depends. This is, I don't know, if JM Devil's going flat out, he's not gaining. He's really not gaining. As Ruben sets the fast is currently purple after 3 sectors. I think Ruben's pushing. Yeah, the fuel gauge, you see that's gone right down. You've got a bar left. You need to save for about another minute, really, before you're really on target. And then again, you still have to keep going as he's pulled back up to 11 seconds. Ruben, if you can hear me, you can fuel save. There's a cone in the middle of the track. Who's done that? I think Ruben may just be trying to extend fastest lap. You get an extra point for that, so maybe he wants it. It comes across the line. What's it going to be? A 53.8 for sub 54 second lap. And I think he's going to be happy with that. That puts the pressure on Devil. Is he going to be able to respond? Not really. It's a lot slower. It's quite a bit slower. It's a second slower. Ruben has the gap. He can fuel save a fair bit for a long time. And the way he gains in the pits, he can take the fuel. JM Devil, he's probably going to be quite lucky come the end of it. Is Devil going to pit at the... If Devil pits at the 20-minute mark, is Devil going to run his fuel to the end and then take less then? Or is he just going to try and pit at the 20-minute mark and maybe get a bit of an undercut? Because he got undercut last time, and I don't know. Maybe Ruben seems to be overthinking this, but Ruben's a very good driver. Casey, he sets his personal best first sector. Further back, K.M. O'Brien, he's got himself into 5th, and Tim, that's due to pit stops. Casey's also pitted further back. Was going to be interesting, so what he does. Brian's due a pit stop as well. And this is terrible for Barracuda. JD Shadime, if he actually starts flying his way around the track and works his strategy out somewhat, Barracuda's losing a fair bit of time to Brian here, and if Brian defends this, which Brian's racy, Brian will. Barracuda, Brian gives him the space, that's nice for him through forward curve, doesn't force him into anything stupid, doesn't cost him some time. But then he's got to get past Terrible Tim, and through this next section, I think he might get lucky passing Tim. I think he might get him at the final chicane, or sometime around one of the straights, so it's good. You want to be passing all the straights in a corner. You can lose a good half a second if you're caught behind a back marker. JD Shadime, his fuel's looking fine. It's not looking like he can go to the end, but he can go for a long time. He sets his personal best sector. And JD Shadime, didn't he start 6th? So 6th to 7th, that would be an amazing run. That will take some time out of Ruben this lap, as Ruben goes a lot slower with a 55.1, so he definitely is fuel saving now. He's got to try and find 6 minutes of fuel here. And if he fuel saves, he's got it. He's got 10 seconds. He can afford to lose a couple of seconds, seeing if he is having to fuel a lot less. Like an 8-second gap isn't bad. And they're both pretty equally matched, and so far it's showing when they want to be faster, whoever wants to be fastest, it's seemingly Ruben. So if it says it's my turn to be fastest, they will be fastest. JM Devil, he's looking... Ooh, let's look at... Devil's probably going to go for a massive overcut here as Tim pits, and that'll be helpful to Barracuda. Yes, I think Barracuda may have just got lucky with the timing when Tim pitted. That's going to send him right down to the back. Field file, he's going to be lapped very soon, I think. It's not been his day. He's just enjoying the time out on track. He's still hunting for his first points. JM Devil, he can't seem to close that gap down. He's got the fuel, which he can burn. But if he does burn the fuel, he's going to have to take more fuel in at the end. So I think he is fuel saving, so he has to take less fuel at the end, and then flat out the final stint. We don't know. Devil, we don't know. Devil likes to get a bit risky. JD Shadam, he's still got a massive amount of time to take off that penalty, which he's really not going to like. And at some point, he will have to find a way. Maybe up to here, he just gets rid of like a second of it. Maybe he just has a massive lift off. We don't know. Up at the front, the gap's not gone under 10 seconds for the first time ever. In this first stint, I believe. As Ruben really is fuel saving. He's got to find 4 minutes here, and I don't think he will. I'm not too sure. Ruben may have to pit at the end of this lap. But if Ruben pits at the end of this lap, if he takes a lot more fuel, if I was Ruben right now, looking at his fuel situation, he shouldn't do what he did at Spa and really try and push it. Because if he has to fuel save, he's going to be in big trouble. If he tries to fuel save, he may end up in big trouble and having to send it into lean mode 6, which then Devil loses. The gap just eats into it. The gap goes. But if Ruben pits now, A, he's got an undercut on Devil, which was a big factor last time. I mean, Ruben can see how many laps he's got of fuel. We can't. But my guess is, he should undercut him and just take a bit more fuel. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Don't worry about the gap, because if he undercuts him, he will gain time then anyway. And if he just full tanks it, yes, he's got a lot more fuel, and he will lose time there, but then he'll be able to go a lot longer. But let's find out. It's not dipped red. Oh, it has dipped red now. I think Ruben should pit. Remember Spa, don't go for it. Is he going to pull onto the right hand side of the track? No, he goes past pit exit. Ruben's going to be cutting it short here. Well, we're going to have to watch Ruben this lap, as Ruben could lose out big time here. If this works, Ruben's the biggest baller out there. He's going to lose out big time, but he also has to pay attention to his fuel, because it's not under 20 minutes and it's just under a 2-minute lap, so there'll still be 21 minutes left, so it won't be in that the final third of the race, so he will have to take more fuel anyway. This is going to go down to the wire. I can foresee it. If you are only just joining us, we are approaching the final third of the race. SVV Ruben leads after an amazing pit stop strategy, puts him ahead. But now this amazing pit stop strategy can go all the way down, or what he's done, all that work can go right down, and he can waste it all with a mess up so far. But so far, he's halfway through the lap now. He may do it, but it's flat out for a lot of this section now. As he comes through the Schumacher is up towards turn 8, I believe. Maybe not. I don't think it is turn 8. I think it's like turn 10. I've been calling it turn 8. Yeah, it's turn 10. I think at the wrong track, my pal, in front of me. But Ruben, coming down towards the final chicane, he will do it looks like, with a bit more fuel than he had at Spa. The gap's gone down to 9.3 seconds, but that's okay. Ruben, he's going to know how much fuel he's going to take. And will Devil pit now? Will Devil pit now? He's got the fuel. Ruben, does he pit? What's Ruben doing? Ruben stays out. Ruben's really going to have to fuel save there. Ruben's trying to make it into the final third of the race. This is ballsy from Ruben as the gap goes down under 9 seconds. This could be costly here. If this goes wrong, Ruben has thrown away the race. And you can see, down that final straight, down the main straight, Devil's taken a second out of him already. He's in lean mode 6. Did he forget to pit? Has Ruben thrown it away? JM Devil was in a prime opportunity there to actually undercut Ruben. Ruben should have taken that opportunity, and when Devil saw Ruben then pit, Devil should have pitted and undercutted him. But Ruben, his fuel is terrible. He's already a second down. He's in lean mode 6, I'm guessing. He is very low down. He's gonna hope Phil the File can help him out here a bit and give him a bit of a tow. But Ruben, what are you doing, Ruben? Don't! Ruben stays out. This is ballsy. If he can make it, this is going to be insane. But he's losing so much time. The time he's lost by trying to eke this out into the final bit, was it worth it? Is it worth it for the amount of time he's lost? This lap he's lost 2 seconds already, and there's still a quarter to go. As Phil gets a bit racy with Ruben, this isn't what Ruben needs. As it's about to tick down to 0, as he's still got a long straight to go. He's going to make it. Just. But how much time's he lost? There's knowing how to save your fuel, but then the benefit of how much time he's going to do. And down the straight, Phil the File gets right up to the back of Ruben. Ruben's going to make it, but that last lap, he's lost so much time as he finally peels to the right and into the pits. JM Devil, how's he going to respond? Does Devil pit? Devil pits, and Devil's low on fuel, so Ruben's got very lucky here with how Devil's fuel's gone out. We didn't even pay attention to this because earlier on it looked good, but then maybe Devil was going flat out because 10 minutes ago he was half a tank, which is very good, especially for that Volkswagen. But this means that one of them gets to underfuel a bit, and hopefully Ruben doesn't do stupid and underfuels and puts a bit more fuel in. Devil, on the other hand, is going to have to full tank here. Fresh tyres go on. JD Shadam, he goes into the lead of the race, I believe. And he's going to be pitting very soon. JD Shadam could actually nab himself a podium here. He's done very well. Ruben comes out ahead of JD Shadam. JD Shadam, I don't think he's going to take it from him into turn 1. But on the contrary, JD Shadam, JM Devil's got some traffic to get past, and Barracuda has got past Devil. So again, Barracuda gets past Devil in the pit strategy. And I think Barracuda will have to pit one more time though. So this is looking really good for JM Devil to get a podium here. And if he does, that would be amazing. How much time has he got left on that penalty? He's got 8 tenths, so he is fuel saving a bit as well. Ruben, he's going to be fuel saving a massive amount, as he's got to save 9 minutes a bar. 9 minutes a bar is what he's got to save. And what's the gap? We'll find out when everyone sort of gets ahead, but it's about 10 seconds. Compared to, he can't fly out with the end, as the double C boys get a bit racy. Devil goes through. Barracuda doesn't really fight it, but that's still quite rough. This is worrying for Ruben. His team says he knows how to fuel save. But this could be costly. If he has to stick it into lean mode 6 again and Devil flats it out, he could really close the gap here. As Devil's got a heavier car, so for the first few laps it's going to be painful, but Devil can really flat this out. And I think Ruben, this is going to come down to the last few laps, and Ruben maybe if Ruben's going to do massive fuel saving, do it now. If you don't leave it until the last laps to do massive fuel saving, do the massive fuel saving now, or do it more consistently and don't go for those flat out pole laps. because we saw midway through the stint, I think there was 2 times he went for fastest lap. Maybe there may have been more. JD Shadam, he finally pits. Where's he going to come out? This is going to be the big one, because JD Shadam could actually make some big moves here, because Barracuda's got a pit again. So JD Shadam, he's going to get the undercut on him into the pits. He loses a lot of time on that penalty. Into the pits, fresh for bronze, 16 minutes to go. It's pretty much all to play for. We don't know who's going to get what spot on the podium. Casey, Dynard also comes into the pit. Where's Casey? He just comes around the final corner. Santos is behind him as well. Santos might fancy himself a move into turn 1. He's tucked right into the slipstream. It's only 2 attempts. Maybe before the left-hand kink. He pulls out to the right now. The right-hand kink. Is he going to be ahead? No. Santos thinks better of it. He actually had a chance to go for a move there, but he doesn't. Or does he? He tries going down the inside line. Casey leaves under space. Casey knows it's really good to leave him for space into turn 1 because you have the inside line into turn 2 and 3. That's smart thinking by ARTKC. Genius defending, making Santos think he can go for the move, just so he can have the switch back and the inside line. 11 seconds is the gap, and Ruben's got to fuel save a fair amount here to make it to the end, as he's what looks to be extremely underfueled, and he's already a second down. So I think he is fuel saving. He's not going hell to the metal, but Devil will be flat. Devil will just be flat. Will flat out it. So it's going to be interesting. JD Shadime. Where is Ruben's got Barracuda's got a pit this lap. So if JD Shadime's had an absolutely flying outlap, he's got 25 seconds, and Barracuda, he's not going to have to refuel all the way. But as he peels to the right hand side into the pits, this could be a race to the line now. It could be racing on exit for the battle for third. There's still a chance that JM Devil could win this if Ruben has a mistake with his fuel saving, but right now it's JD Shadam we need to be watching as he's coming towards the final chicane. 25 seconds is the gap to close down. It's about 30 seconds into the pits, so it's going to be close. I don't know who's going to have this one. He's got to have a flying lap. Remember, JD Shadam would have also underfueled a fair bit as well compared to Barracuda. Round the final turn then, who's it going to be? Barracuda, he's still in the pits, so refueling. The Double C boys, are they going to let him go? When is the lollipop going to go up? And JD Shadime's got past him by a long way. Lollipop's finally just gone up, and he's out. And down the road, 5 seconds is JD Shadime. So JD Shadime's really perfected this, and the gap's maybe looking to go up towards 6 seconds. Well, that's impressive by JD Shadime, and he can get the rest of his penalty off now, is what I'd recommend doing, because he's not got to worry about that gap. It's 3 attempts. As Ruben is really fuel saving, he's lost 2 seconds in the past couple of laps. But if he's got the tyres as well at the end, if it comes to the fight and they're at the same amount of fuel at the end, where there is a chance with the way Devil burns through his fuel. Let's have a look. Already a fat chunk gone. The way they go, the way the tyres look, Ruben may be able to defend from Devil. But what a race we may be in for in the last 10 minutes here. Barracuda's already taken some time out of JD Shadime, but JD Shadime won't give up. JD Shadime is a fighter. We saw it at Brands Hatch, 7th to 3rd. This will be amazing. And the way Darnard's down in 8th, so Darnard's had some problems. If it finishes like this, JD Shadime will jump Darnard in the standings, which will be impressive. He'll go in 2nd for the first time since Suzuka in round 1 of the standings. So let's hope for that. But we'll have to worry about Barracuda anyway. Casey started 5th, currently in 5th. But there is the threat of Santos behind and Cayman O'Brien. That's Casey's wanting the podium, and the podium's slipping away. With 3 races to go after this, we're off to Laguna Seca next in round 6. It's looking concerning. Ruben's fuel saving so far, looking alright. 3 minutes to go until the ideal mark at that little white line in the bottom of the fuel gauge. But Devil's closing down the gap. Ruben really seems to be panicking. Ruben knows what he's doing, but from where I'm sitting, it seems like Ruben's panicking. He's like, I have to hold this gap. I've got to run the fuel. But he underfuels too puts in too little fuel, and when it comes into it, and he's got a lat slap lean mode 6, which is not good. But Ruben, back-to-back wins here. It's on the cards, but Devil, I can't call it. I can't. It's too good. It's too close. 3.3 seconds is the gap between JD Schleim and Barracuda. Barracuda's really flying through this, and JD Schleim seems to be fuel saving a bit. The way that Mazda goes, he can flat out now. He's got the tyres. JD Schleim can just quali lap after quali lap, or maybe he's wanting some more fuel at the end to save. But further back, the fuels are about the same. They're in the same car as well. JD Schleim's just better at fuel saving in that Mazda. On tyres, JD Schleim's got slightly worse off tyres, but JD Schleim at managing this stuff is a lot better. 7.5 seconds, the gap's now gone down, and Ruben, he's really on the edge. It's going to be close. Ruben, look, at the way he's going, he will have it to the end, and maybe some fuel for a last lap battle. So he may make it to the end, but the way he's got to make it to the end, he's got to keep going like this. And Devil's closing down the gap. He's got 3 seconds in the past 5-ish minutes. It's going to be close. Barracuda says he can't see JD. I wonder what that's about. Further back, Casey, he goes very wide. I think Santos tried to make a move on him. Casey tried to do the inside line defending. Is he going to try and come back after the mistake into turn 2? He's going to have the inside line into turn 3, and Casey, after a very big mistake, going very deep into turn 1. His defending plans worked, and he holds on to that, but barely. Is Santos going to try and do the Casey move into turn 5? No, I think not. He's going to be okay. But it's not Casey needs to worry about. Cayman O'Brien's right to the back. He's got a 3 second slowdown penalty. He's going to really want to get his doubles out of the way. We know how much Cayman O'Brien, the Estonian, likes to race. Pulls to the outside as they run down towards Dunlop curve. Not going to be close enough, I don't think, for a move. No, it's not a long enough straight. But Dynarod's weird strategy has really cost him here. With 9 minutes to go, he's lost out on some vital points in the standings. And the way it's going, Devil could secure the title. I don't know. He'll get 14 points if it continues the way it is. 2 for pole, and then 12 for second. 6.5 seconds is now the gap, with 8.5 minutes to go. Ruben is on target on fuel, but Devil is chasing him down. He knows that gap's coming down. Devil on fuel is looking good. It's scary, but the thing we need to be watching out for behind is the battle of the two Mazdas, the battle for the podium. And this will be an absolutely amazing drive from JD Schleim if he can pull this off. 6th to 3rd so far. Santos, he pits further back as my controller's now on the floor. Ow. .3 seconds, that gap is closing down. It's very intense here. Will Ruben be able to secure the race win? 7 or just under 8 minutes to go. 7 minutes 30 near enough. 6 seconds Devil's got to find. Ruben's got to find some fuel to save, and he's currently, his fuel savings being amazing. And if you can pull this off, well, props to Ruben. In my eyes, he probably should have taken a bit more fuel and just been able to go flat out, because then the gap won't close down, because him and Devil are very similar on pace. But Devil, a second a lap is really what he's gaining. So 55.2 on the last lap for Ruben, and a 54.4. It's near enough a second faster on that last lap for JM Devil. 8 tenths to be precise. I don't know how this is gonna. This is. I'm on visual. I see it. I can't call this. What do you guys think? In chat, who do you predict is gonna win? Oliver thinks Ruben will just get it. I think it's going to be close. I think if Ruben has enough fuel at the end to do a hot lap style, he will have the tyres. I think he'll have the tyres to defend compared to Del Zuckervat. Ruben's going to have to be extremely cautious with his fuel, though. If it comes to it and Ruben's got 1 lap left on the last lap, and he can. This will be genius if Ruben pulls this off. But the big worry is, Devil's gaining a second a lap, and there's only about 3 laps left. So he may just get it. Devil can't seem to get close enough, but one mistake from Ruben, and they don't happen much. But it's going to be a close one. Ruben, he defends. If Devil does find some time, then starts setting brilliant lap times. If he starts setting blistering lap times, if he has some fantastic next 2 laps, Devil can maybe get himself onto the back of Ruben. But if it comes down to it, if Ruben... Cedric predicts a 2-second win for Ruben. Oliver thinks he'll get it by a second or less. Ruben will have the better when it comes to defending. He'll have the lighter car and the better tyres. But if he has to send it into, say, lean mode 6, it's not going to work. But this is far by Ruben. If he pulls this off, this is genius, and Dell's not really finding much time so far in the first half of the lap. Dell's going to be trying to fight this, but further back, the battle for the final podium spot. The battle of the Masters. Barracuda's now caught on to the back of JD Stein as he catches on the curb outside of turn 4. Took right into the slipstream. He's going to lock down the straight into turn 5. He's not close enough into Ford curve. I don't think he's close enough, but if JD Stein is fuel saving, which he really doesn't have to, there's only 3 minutes to go. Put it into, well, maybe it's a setup as well. Put it into lean mode 1, down towards the Dunlop hairpin or Dunlop curve. Bit of a push at the back there by Barracuda as he tries to go down the inside. Oh, that's very ballsy. Seems like Barracuda seemed to outbrake himself there and hits JD Stein the bumper. As he's going to have the inside line into turn 10. They're side by side, they're bumping wheels, they're pushing each other wide. Barracuda very shaky, forces JD off track. Barracuda goes wide, lets JD back through. That wasn't the cleanest of racing by Barracuda. Field a foul. He's going to be wanting to get out of the way for these two. His race so far hasn't been that good. He's not wanting to catch up into the battle here. Is Barracuda going to be close enough though? He's down by attempts. He's going to pull into the left hand side into the final chicane. No, it's not. He's going to play it safe. Clatters the curb, looks for a good exit. He doesn't get a good exit. It's a lot better exit by JD Stein, but JD Stein still has that penalty as well. JD Stein needs to get rid of his penalty. JD Stein into turn 1 is going to have to probably get rid of his penalty, as there's 2 laps to go. He took right into the slipstream of Phil. Phil's really helping out JD here. JD's the lag. JD's got a bit of ping problems as Barracuda seems to get through. JD needs to get rid of his penalty. He's got no chance of winning, and there's contact and the lag. The ping problems are seemingly coming back as they're drifting through turn 2, the Masters. Well, this is brilliant and scary at the same time. JD seriously needs to serve that penalty. Phil blocks the inside line as he's being lapped. And this is interesting. Barracuda's only just got through, and JD, if he loses his podium, he's going to be kicking himself. But either way, he's going to have to get rid of that podium as Barracuda's still struggling to get past Phil to file. as JD's now stuck behind Phil, as he loses a bit of time as Phil just goes wide for the boys at the back. But JD's lost a lot of time and Phil gets sent into a bit of a spin where he catches it, which is quite nice. But JD's falling right off the back. And if you compare the tyres, JD theoretically should be winning this battle, but he's just not. The gap ahead, 4.5 seconds as Ruben comes around the final turn. He's going to start his final lap. I think he's very low on fuel, but so far it looks like Ruben might have this. And JD has gone and had a mistake somewhere. He's gone all race without a spin. This has been one of his better races. But now 2.3 seconds back as he's served his penalty. He had that penalty for so long in the race and didn't serve it. I think that may have cost him a podium, a brilliant podium it would have been as well. But SVV Ruben, what about this for a performance so far? If he is clean round the end, if he's clean for the final lap, he's got 4 seconds to hold on to it, and he may just do it. This is brilliant from Ruben. This is absolutely genius. I was doubting him, but so far, if he keeps it clean, he's got half a lap to go as he comes through the Dunlop curve. He may have. It's looking like Ruben may have a second race win in the bag. Santos has left the room. That's some poor connection problems from him. I think that's not very good. Further back, the gap's closing right down. And SVV, they say their driver is genius, and he's got the final chicane to negotiate, and the gap's pulled out. His fuel's looking very low though. He may just have it, but down the straight. Oh, if he runs out of fuel now, Jam Devil could just get a terrible Tim further back. He finishes. He'll be the first finisher, but around the final corner, it seems safe for him. And a brilliant pitch strategy across the line. Ruben wins round 5 in the GTEL Division 1 Championship. JM Devil couldn't do enough. He takes second, and Barracuda, he's going to take third. That's... well, JD Shadaim almost had that. Almost had a podium. Unless Ruben makes a big mistake, but I think JD will let him have it. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant pit strategy by Ruben. Round the final turn to get the final podium spot for Double C Racing. NDC Barracuda, so 2-3 for NDC. And you just have to feel for JD Shadaim. But he's going to close the gap to Dana as he gets himself into 5th at the end. And Casey, they've all dropped down positions. They're going to be gutted with that. Through the final chicane. Brilliant stuff from everyone. The ART boys 5th and 6th, and K1 Bryan, he will round out and finish last. Well, driver of the day. Brilliant from SVV Ruben. He takes home 16 points for the championship in only his 2nd race. He's going to be very happy with that. Congratulations to JM Devil. Brilliant stuff. Well, that was brilliant. Absolutely amazing. %1 fuel left for Barracuda. So that could have actually been what happened to JD Shadime, as he lost out on the podium due to fuel or something. Well, that was absolutely amazing. Well, if you would like to go vote for Driver of the Day, that's on our Twitter as we speak. Go vote for Driver of the Day, SVV Ruben, JD Shadime, JM Devil, or Barracuda. That's on our Twitter right now. That is in our YouTube description. If you want to go check it out, go vote. It ends in 2 hours. But thank you, all of you, for watching. Thanks for staying with us for the entire race. As Barracuda says, see you at Laguna Seca. I've been Inan. Thank you all, you've all been amazing, and I'll see you